Hello, my friend. Hopefully that you are doing great. So in this lesson, I want to say you one more way to, group your tests. So basically what we have that we already created two packages for regression test and smart test here. And we have two separated test suites for regression test and smart test. But in some projects, we don't often try to group our tests like this. Instead, we under the test bucket, we will try to group our tests based on the functionality. And in each test class, we will have many test methods, but we will try to group the test methods based on the test type. So how can we do that? So we try to create a new package, try to simulate that we have another functional package. For example, this package will related to the authentication. Okay, let me put it short at authent. And another package, let's say we have the task package. So for example, if you have you know application that we have the authentication and the task functionality. So inside we will have some test classes. So for example, in this authentication, I will try to create a new test class with the name login with login or I can say normal login. That I want to do something like login with the username and password. Okay, this is normal login. And for example, we can have another thing like SSO login. And let's say in the task here, we will create a new Java class file with the name like task root here, and another name that's task management, something like that. Okay, so for example here we have two packages here. You can see the first one is authentication functionality, the second one is the task functionality, and in each of these packages we have several test classes inside. So now what I want to do that, for example, this is the normal login. So inside the normal login, I will create some, some test methods inside. So we will use the test annotation here. And then I will create publish for it. And this one, I will do something like check UI or something like that, check general UI, okay? And then I will do nothing except printing out something to make sure that we are running these test methods in future. Because what we are trying to focus now is try to group our test, not the real application business or something like that, okay? So what I do, I will print out something like this is check zero GUI, and I will call it is the smart test. Okay. So the second method, let me try to copy this one, and then I will do what I do. I do something like login with correct credential. Okay, and I will copy the content of the method, and then I put here. So inside here, I will do something like function test or something like that. Okay, so I will do the same for SSO login and something here, and then we can have several test methods, and then when we run, we can see the result is more clear. Okay, so just try to copy this class and then open the SSO class here. Let's say we have check zero UI SSO. Okay, so I mean in the real application, maybe the test methods will be more specific to the test functionality, but in this case, I just want to put this class name as here. Here you see, so when it run and the test method name we can see easier, and then we can distinguish between the test methods where it come from. So this one will come from SSO login, this one will come from SSO login, and let me put something here. Okay, and now what I do, I will copy this method again. I will put here test 0 UI for in the class task root, and in the task root here I will replace this one, and I will do the same thing for task management here. Then I will replace the class name here, this one, this one as well, and this one as well. So now we have 4 classes with several test methods inside. Now what I want to do that I will group them based on the test type. For example, in the normal login here, what I will do, I will group this test method to be a smart test. Okay, so when I release, I just want to run the smart test only. Okay, so inside the test here, I will do something like the group. You can see the succession here. So we will put an array, but in this case, we just have only one, so smart test here. Okay, so this is an array, and this is the smart test. Then I will copy this one, and then I will put here. Oh, sorry. Okay, let me type it. So this is group, and this is function, or you can call it something like regression. Okay, regression. So you can copy this one, and then you put in the SSO login here, the first method here, you paste here, and the first method here in the task group here, you paste here. In the task management, this one as well. Now you go back to the normal logins here, you copy the test with the group name regression. So we will put in the SSO login here, in the task group as well. So basically, in each test class, we will have one smart test method and one regression test method. Okay, so do we have enough? Okay, so we have enough for smart and regression test. So now here I will change something in the smart XML here. So you can see the source name will be smart test, parallel, classic, or touch count. So we don't care about that right now. Okay, just remove them on. Okay, we don't care about the parallel testings because we already learned about that. So you can construct yourself in future based on your, your logic or something like that. So here we have the test name, and this is the login test. So let's try to do something like this is for authentication function. And I just want to copy this one. I put here, and I will say this is the task function, something like that. So in the authentication function, I will have 2 classes here. You can see here, so it should come from test, authent, and the first one is normal login. Then this one comes from authent package, and it comes from SSO login. Now in the task function, if you come from test and task here, it will be, let me see what inside the task of task group, and this is the task management class. So here you can see we have the smart test for all of the tests here. So the first test will be authentication function, the second test will be for the task function, and in each test we have classes here, you can see. But now we need to do that because this is in the smart test. So I just need to filter all of the test methods. Those are smart test only. I don't want to run all of the method inside here, right? So what I do, under the source name here, I will create another one with the name group here. And then let's try to close the group task first. So in this group, I will run for include name equal smart, and then I just close it. Okay, so that's all, and that means when the TestNG run for the smart test, if you try to scan all of the group based on the smart test only here. So let's try to open the smart test here that we already configured, but just in case you forgot, I want to open again. So here you can see that we will run the test. The test guide is source, and the source we will point to the location of the smart .xml TestNG here, and then we have the environment variables here, but actually we are not using in the test. So it will trigger the smart.xml file here. Okay, so just hit on the run button here, and you can see the result quickly because actually we didn't open any browser in the test. So here you can see very clear. So in the normal login, we have the check 0 UI, and that's one. You can see you can double click here, and then it will navigate you to the correct test method. In this test method, it comes from smart test, and then we have this test method come from the smart test again. So you didn't see any test method related to regression because we filter here in the group here. So you can do the same thing for the regression source here. So let me try to copy all of the information here, okay, inside. So basically we have the test source. So I will try to copy from the group here to here. Then I open the regression.xml here. I paste here. And basically, I will try to remove all of the information related to the parallel testing. Now, what I want to do that I try to switch the test to the regression test here. And to make sure we open the configuration again to try to make sure it navigates us to the correct the TestNG.xml. So here you can see we located to the correct XML file, and again the environment variable here, but we are not using. Okay, now we hit the run button to see what happened. Okay, perfect. So now you can see here in the normal login, because you see we forgot to replace the smart to regression. Okay, and now we run again. Okay, this time you can see in the normal login, we log in with the correct credential, and that test method actually come from the group regression. And same thing happened here in SSO login, in the task group as well, and in the task management. Okay, so this is the way. Let me try to summary again. So this is the way we category in the test package here. We will have many functionality inside, and in each of functionality, we will have many test classes. But inside this each test classes, we will have many test methods, and based on your purpose, you can group them to be something like smart test or regression test, exception test, and so on. Okay, but now if you want to run any specific test type, you will create a specific TestNG.xml here, and then you can try to filter all of them in the group task here, and then you run, you have something like include. So that means when you run the test suite file, it will just filter the test type name the group name related to that particular group. Okay, so try to practice yourself. Bye for now and see you in the next lesson.